Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football for our second Premier League watch-along on this opening weekend. In fact, it's the second game of the Premier League and it's Fulham entertaining Liverpool. Newly promoted Fulham against hot favourites for the Premier League, Liverpool. Salah against pre-season Pirlo. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We're also going to be doing the 3 o'clock games for you as well today, so get ready for that as well. But we're back with the lineups on the screen. They will interact with you when there's subs, when there's goals and there's yellow cards. You'll see all that information on each screen. You'll see the Fulham 11 in a minute. We've also got stats and we've got the Premier League table for you as well. So lots going on if you want to wander away from beautiful me, which I know a lot of you probably don't want to do. So how are we all doing? Arsenal getting off to a good start last night, of course. Those stats will update whilst we're live on the screen as well when the game kicks off in about 12 minutes time. But let's fly straight into the team news. And the team news is as follows, that Darwin Núñez is actually on the bench again. I probably would have predicted that, I think, for Liverpool today. But we'll start with the home team first. Rodak, Tete, Tozin, Ream, Robinson, Reed, Palhinha, who was at, I believe this is the Sporting Lisbon player that many a United fan and Arsenal fan spoke about for a few years. He's now at Fulham. Palhinha at number 26 for Fulham, so watch out for him. Cordova, Reed, pre-season Pirlo, or as we United fans call him, Andreas Pereira. Can't believe they gave us 10 million for him. Cabano and Mitrovic up front. Very good championship striker. Can he do it in the Prem? Liverpool, Alisson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Matip, Van Dijk, Robertson. That strong back five. Henderson, Fabinho, Thiago. Arguably their best midfield three. And then you've got Salah, Firmino and Diaz as the front three. Firmino back in favour. Núñez on the bench. The bench for Liverpool, actually, when you look at it, doesn't actually make you feel like they've got a great squad. I don't know what Liverpool fans are thinking, but I mean, Joe Gomez, Milner, reliable players. Adrian, goalkeeper, Elliott, Núñez, Carvalho. And then they've got Bajcetic, Vandenberg and Chambers. So obviously Jota's still to come back, but I mean, I'm not a Liverpool fan. I don't know what Liverpool fans think. Have you got enough depth for a big season again? Liverpool seem to have this amazing ability to press for 90 minutes and do it for 60 games, but Connor says we have got a few injuries. 8 injuries. Well, I suppose not being a Liverpool fan, who do I think that's injured? The Wi-Fi code, the left back, Samiskas. Centre-back Canate, so that's 2 I can think of at the start. Obviously Jota's injured, that's 3. Give us some more. Give me some more. But I've got Fantasy Premier League. Didn't do terribly good last night. Didn't have Zinchenko, but I have got Salah as the captain today. So I probably jinxed everybody who's got Salah captain. I'm sorry, I'll say that straight away. Keita's injured as well. Thank you everyone in the chat who's given us that information. Oxlade-Chamberlain, of course, as well. There's 2 more. So 5. Got 5 injuries, which obviously would make an impact on their bench. So fair play for that. Make sure you smash a like and share the video. Our first watch along of the day. We are going to be doing the 3 o'clock games. I don't know how I'm going to run the 3 o'clock games. I was going to try and keep an eye on one game, but there's a lot going on as well, so I might just do the old flash scores headpiece and get some updates that way. But I'm looking forward to it anyway. Spurs kicking off against Southampton, obviously Forest going to Newcastle. I think Villa are at Bournemouth, so there's some good games. Match of the day. Don't forget, tonight 7:30, Talk Sport, new show, national radio, live on YouTube. You can call in. I'm calling it Call Goldbridge. I don't think they're happy about that, but basically you can call in, and I am Goldbridge, so call Goldbridge. Talking about all the weekend stuff. Maybe you want to talk about Arsenal being favourites for the league. Maybe you want to talk about a few other things as well. Maybe Salah's golden boot. Maybe there's going to be some controversy. I'm sure there is. But 7:30 tonight, it'll be live on YouTube, on TalkSport, and on the radio. You can call in and have your say. Hopefully you will do. Maybe on the way home. Everton, Chelsea, Mark, do you think it's ironic that Tony Khan was too busy to speak to BT about Fulham, considering he cares too much about AEW than his football club? I've got no idea what that's all about, Kian. But maybe some people will register that. I'm not doing Everton Chelsea tonight. I'll probably keep an eye on it, but I've got too much to do tonight because obviously It's 20 past 12 now. If I do Everton-Chelsea, I will literally be live all the way through till 7:30 and then jump on a Talk Sport show. It's physically impossible, so I can't do Everton-Chelsea today. But I will keep an eye on it if you want to call in and speak to me about it at 7:30 on Talk Sport. Busy day, busy start to the season. I'm excited. I hope you all are as well. Please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner. Big year ahead. What we're going to go for score predictions. I don't even think it's worth going with a poll here because everybody's going to predict Liverpool to win. Fulham are my hot favourites to go down. Liverpool are hot favourites to win the league with Man City. So it's a bit of a mismatch. And having seen Liverpool in the Community Shield last week, I just can't see. I think we'd all love a shock. We'd all love a shock today. I'd love to see Fulham win, but I just can't see it. I'm going to go... I can't remember what I said on the preview yesterday, on my predictions yesterday. Can anyone remember what I said? I think I said 3 or 4-0. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with that, and there's a lot of 3 or 4-0s in the chat as well. How we work on That's Football. If you want us to do polls about your favourite biscuits, we'll do that. We'll also talk about lots of. I feel a bit weird not having Draw Team here on a watch along. It's really weird. Not in that way, but I'm not into ear stuff. But no, I mean, like, you know, I'm free. I've got no one in my ear, so it's all about yourselves. Let me just get rid of this twat in the chat. They don't realise I can read. There we go. Champions League opening match day watch along. Mark, says Osman. I'm not doing crap Champions League games. Somebody asked me to do the Super Cup last night. On Wednesday, can you do the Super Cup between Real Madrid and Eintracht Frankfurt? I'd rather have a bloody piles, hemorrhoids, you know. Eintracht Frankfurt got smashed by Bayern Munich. Why would I want to watch crap Eintracht Frankfurt play Real Madrid in a Super Cup? I mean, I'll watch the Super Cup if it's an English team, or I'd watch the Super Cup if it was like a really good Europa League winner against the Champions League. But I'm not watching Eintracht Frankfurt. Like, life's too short. On the De Jong bit, keep faith. Chelsea can offer and agree to what they want, but ultimately the choice is with De Jong. Barca have to resolve wages issues by the 13th, or else they can't do their signings. If you want to talk a bit about De Jong or any other transfer, I'm absolutely happy to do that. Obviously, it is a bit of a general football conversation at the moment. One that Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, Fulham, Everton fans can have a say on. That's the great thing about this channel, and that's the great thing about football. What really amazes me? It really amazes me that people think that football fans are completely obsessed and only ever talk about their own club. I do know people like that. Normally they're walking down Sainsbury's at 9 o'clock at night in a full kit, but everybody I ever know about football, I've got fantastic friends who support Liverpool, they support Arsenal, they support Chelsea, and you can talk to them about anything, and that's what I love about That's Football. I mean, Man United stands, that's my passion, but I love doing this channel, I love talking about lots of different things, and I think everybody can do that when it comes to football. So 60 million for Skriniar or 85 million for Fofana, who would you buy? I'd go for Fofana, babe. Yeah. I presume you're a Chelsea fan. I would go for Fofana. What's your score predictions for tomorrow, says Gunny. So I think West Ham will lose to City. I think United will beat Brighton. I can't remember what the other game is. Let me know. Thanks for all your content. It's Isaac from your email, says Ike. Thank you very much, Isaac. Cheers, pal. Players are about to come out onto the pitch. But yeah, look, just talking about De Jong very, very quickly. United have been chasing him all summer. Apparently Chelsea are in for him now. Look, I've always been quite confident that United will get him. I admit Chelsea are in for him. But if you believe everything that's been said publicly, Frenkie de Jong would rather go to prison than come to Manchester. That's basically been the story all summer, and yet United have stayed in. I just believe there's something private there. Whether it's between Ten Hag and de Jong, whether it's between United and the agent, I believe there's some sort of private agreement that de Jong will join Man United. He just wants to resolve the wages with Barcelona. So, I don't know. That's my belief. I could be completely naive. What I would admit is it'd be a very good signing for Chelsea. Be a very good signing for Fulham as well. Very good signing for Chelsea. And if he did join them, you can't really blame him for that. But we'll have to see. Fulham's a lovely ground, by the way. Lovely shot there on the camera. Right on the Thames, Fulham. They are building a bit of a bigger stadium. I don't know when that's going to open. It's a very small ground, Craven Cottage. It's right on the Thames, but they are building something there. I don't know when that's going to open for them. Maybe somebody in the chat can let us know, because I'm not up to date with renovations of Premier League grounds. But let us know. It's 6:30 a.m. here in the USA. Glad to see the season's back, says Christian. So most people are going with the Liverpool win. Most of us have probably got Mo Salah in their team. Have you talked about the Gakpo news linking him to United? Would you be happy getting 2 players, say Xisco and Gakpo, instead of Anthony, says Levi. We do need quantity. You know, he's a good player. I don't know loads about him. I know a lot more about Anthony, but, you know, the price is already being quoted at 45 million. So, you know, how much more would Anthony be? Yeah. Could it be 7-1 to Liverpool, says Klopp? Liverpool are capable of beating anybody that, you know, quite big. Entering the chat, hearing the word hemorrhoids, says Chad. My timing's impeccable as always. Signing of the season and flop of the season predictions. Good question, Chad. Get involved in the chat with that. Who's going to be the signing of the season? Who's going to be the flop of the season? I think signing of the season for me, I've always felt that Basuma at Spurs is a decent signing. Flop of the season, I don't think it will be Nunez or Haaland. I think a lot of people would go with that. I don't think it will be that. I'm interested in Scamacca at West Ham. I think he's got the potential to be a really good signing or a flop, because how do you dislodge Antonio? So maybe Scamacca could be a shout. I like Scamacca, but is he coming into that West Ham team to start? Antonio's a very good player and things can go against you. Richarlison's a good shout as well. I don't think Nunez or Haaland will flop, if I'm honest with you. I just don't see that. But, you know, I think when you look at Richarlison and Scamacca, the big issue they've got to do is can they get themselves into the team, you know, and that can always prevent you being a success. We're very close to the start of this game, by the way. I need to get the old timer ready. I'm excited for this afternoon. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. We're going to be doing the 3 o'clock games as well. I think the 3 o'clock games will be mad because there'll be so many games, so many goals going in, and we'll just be chatting away for most of it, really. I will try and keep my eye on 1 or 2 of the games, but in essence we'll just be updating you with lots and lots of games, of course other leagues as well. Joe says, made a meal and threw it up on Sunday when I see Maguire start. Love the channels, Mark, and you're always so entertaining. Keep it up. Thank you, Joe. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Remember, we are the same. Can I use your Manscaped on my beard, says Bound. I've never done it, so I don't know. We're the same interactive watch along that we've always been. So subscribe, bottom right hand corner. But if you're new and you didn't see the one last night, you've got teams on the screen. That's the Fulham team. That's the Liverpool team. They will update. If someone comes off, if Salah goes off and Elliott comes on, it will automatically update. You'll see balls on their shirts if they score a goal, yellow cards, red cards if they get sent off. So that will update automatically as it flips through. Our next page will probably be the stats screen as well. That will update live for you as well. So as the game's going on, you'll get live stats. I'll probably freeze it on that for quite a bit, actually. And we're up and running here. We've kicked off. So those stats will update for you live on possession and passes. And then you've got a league table, which, to be honest with you, we don't really need to look at the league table that much. But there you go. We're up and running. And the timer is on the screen as well. Well, it should be on the screen. I don't know why it's not. Is it running? There it is. There it is. Yeah, I expect a comfortable win for Liverpool here today. Give us a wave, says Sean. Yeah, so we've added some good stuff for you this season. Some good interactive stuff for you. And I'll let that run for a bit. And then probably about 5 minutes, I'll fix it on the stats screen. Do you want me to just fix it on the stats screen? Or do you like it just running through every 20 seconds? Let me know in the chat. Yeah, I don't know when this Fulham ground opens. I mean, stadium. The new stand, sorry, but they are having some building work done, and an early shot for Mitrovic there, wide, half a chance, bit of a crap shot, but it was half a chance. Just run it through, says Gunnar Tom. Okay, we can do that. But I won't do that. Fulham will win, says Duncan Edwards. Cracking name. Yeah, so we are going to cover the 3 o'clock games. I will go through those for you. Liverpool just hit a long ball here. Nothing's going to happen with that. So 3 o'clock games today. Let me go through that for you. We've got football, scores and fixtures. 3 o'clock, you've got Bournemouth Villa, Leeds against Wolverhampton, Newcastle Forest, Tottenham against Southampton. Obviously Everton playing Chelsea at 3. There's loads of championship games kicking off at 3 o'clock as well. I don't know what's going on across Europe. I've been quite British focused. There's an FA Cup qualifying round if you're interested in that. Loads of people are playing in that. Bloody loads. Let me have a look. Highland League, Lowland League, Italian Coppa Italia, French League, PSG playing at 8 o'clock tonight. Belgian League, Austrian League, Salzburg play tonight, 6:30, Cesco. Dutch Eredivisie starts today, Ajax playing at 3:30. Lots of leagues kicking off early because of the World Cup, you know. But a lively start from Fulham. As I say, keep an eye out for number 26, Polina. Believe he came in from Sporting Lisbon. He was a player that a lot of people felt United should have gone for at one point. Michael Carrick-esque. But Fulham have started off quite well here. Opening day and all that. Oh my God, Thiago's just been put into orbit there. But he's alright. Mitrovic. I've only got Mo Salah in my fantasy Premier League team. Thiago could have been hurt there. He's alright now. He's up on his feet. That's good to see. Well, Finn makes a good point. He says Fulham will probably stay up. I really hope Fulham, Bournemouth and Forest are competitive because I think it's bloody boring when 3 teams get promoted. They don't spend any money and they're just happy to get the parachute payments. So I'd like to see Fulham competitive. I mean, look, there are teams that are vulnerable. I do think that Brentford could be vulnerable. Everton could be vulnerable. Some people think Southampton are vulnerable. So the relegation battle last year was actually quite exciting. Another long ball. Liverpool looking to hit a couple of long balls here in the first 5 minutes. It's on BT today, Jacob. What do you think about Wolves this year, says Callum? It's difficult with Wolves. Really difficult with Wolves. Hard to read. They're a bit like Leicester. I'd say mid-table, but they just don't score enough goals. I think that Nathan Collins is a good signing, though. And they don't concede many goals, Wolves. Cross coming in again. Alisson's got hold of that. What do I think about the scoreboard? I prefer BT's scoreboard. I do not like Sky's. That's how a scoreboard should be for me. I'd prefer BT to put it in the top left-hand corner, though. I don't like it in the bottom left. BT are just trying to be clever. Well, we don't want to be too like Sky and put it in the top corner. We don't want to put it in the top corner. Let's put it in the bottom corners. But you naturally in marketing, your eyes go top left. So Sky have got it in the right position. I think BT have got the better graphic. Fulham have started off well, says Awoken. Well, they've got a corner here and they have started off well. Headed away by Liverpool, but a good start by Fulham. And cleared by Van Dijk. I think it's important to start well. You're at home, first game of the season. You know, if Liverpool were dictating the play, then you know you're in for a long afternoon and you're giving up 3 points at the start. So good start by Fulham, encouraging. Hopefully, we get a good game. Do you think the physicality of the Championship will benefit Fulham this game, says Sam? I think in the early games of the season, it's all about fitness, isn't it? I mean, Andres Pereira playing as a starter, as the number 10 for Fulham, just makes me laugh. But, you know, hopefully he'll be a good player. Another long ball from Liverpool. That's 3 long balls I've seen in the first 7 minutes, none of which have been very good. No, Darwin Núñez is on the bench. It's on BT Sport, yeah. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. I don't know what we're doing for subscribers at the moment, actually, because I didn't look last night. Ricky's just messaging me about Welbeck. He's worried about Welbeck. Ari, thanks for talking about the graphics. A lot of work gone into it behind the scenes with Drawty and a lot of people. I'm going to take some credit as well. Let's have a look. We'll see a shock today. 2-0 to Fulham, says Reverse. Thanks for the super chat, by the way. Yeah, we're closing in on 722,000 subscribers, so please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner, That's Football's the place to be this season. We're going to do a lot of watch-alongs, Champions League again, the World Cup at Christmas. I think it's going to be a really good stuff. We've got some big plans for the World Cup as well. I think you're going to really enjoy some of the things we've got ready for that. But that's in another time. The Premier League is on here, and Fulham are into the box. Cross comes in, Alisson gets on it. So a good start by Fulham here. Look at the stats. Liverpool have had 70% possession, but Fulham have had more. Well, that's quite deceptive, actually. I've got to say, I did not think Fulham would have only 30% possession, but they do. Which shows you they're moving the ball quite quickly here. And a lot of Liverpool's possession is passing it around the back. Do you think Klopp has taken some lessons off Deitch with all these long balls, says Isaac? Imagine if Klopp appointed Deitch as his assistant coach. My predictions to get relegated were the 3 teams that came up. If Everton get their transfers, they'll be safe, easy, says Dance. Who are they trying to get? I know they've gone for that Anana, but I don't know who else they're going for. Do you think Klopp have done that one? And Cami says, looking forward to see the graphics tomorrow on United Stand. It's the reason for them because of Erik ten Hag likes to focus on stats. No, you were never a fan before, says Cami. Well, no, what I want is not really relevant, is it? I know a lot of people like that sort of thing, you know, and they're live and updated for you so you can see what's going on. We live in a world where, you know, people like information to hand. That's why they've always got their phones. And on our watch-alongs, you can get that. You've got a rotation of the teams, and they will update live with the goals and the substitutions. You've got the stats. You've got the league table. So everything there is what you need. Idrissa Gueye is back for Everton. But yeah, I think that, you know, Ten Hag is a manager where you can read his success in a game by stats. I think you can do the same with Pep and Klopp as well. They want 70% possession. They want way more shots than the opposition. They want way more passing than the opposition. That's you can gauge a good game for Ten Hag or Pep or Klopp on those metrics. And look, even though Liverpool haven't started off that well, they still had 70% possession. So they just need to start having a few more shots. They've played. Look, their pass. They've had like 3 times more passes than Fulham so far as well, without having a shot. But it's been a good start by Fulham. I mean, I wasn't too sure about this game. I think if it was like December, I'd probably give it a miss. You'd fully expect Liverpool to come and win here. Although over the years, I've watched Liverpool play at Fulham a few times over the years. It's never really been particularly easy for them. They normally win, but they've not started off. They've not got in the groove yet, Liverpool. Aman says, who do you think will win? Oh, 100% I think Liverpool will win. I think they'll probably win 3 or 4-0, but a bit of a slow start by them. And maybe Klopp anticipated that. Maybe they knew that Fulham were going to press them high up the pitch with a lot of energy in the first few minutes, and it's just about not conceding and you know, keeping your shape. There's a lot of energy going in from Fulham here. The crowd will be appreciating it. Mark, you should look at NBC's scoreboard for the Premier League. I personally think it looks very good, says NTX. There you go. The battle of the scoreboards. That's a nice ball forward by Fulham here. Mitrovic, nice little ball in behind to Pereira. Needs to try and whip this if he can. Does well. No, they've gone back to the halfway line. I mean, that's a shame from Fulham. They got into a good position there and they end up going back to the halfway line. Although they're coming forward again. What's your gate of pre-season Pirlo? I rate him, says Rob. He's had an alright start so far. Good point there in the chat. I just want to get some information before I respond to it. Leno's on the bench for Fulham. I don't know why he's not starting. Is that just because the deal didn't get done in time? Maybe let us know in the chat. But you would imagine Fulham will end up putting Leno in goal. They've spent some money on him, haven't they? Mario G says the key to Pereira is just to tell him it's a pre-season game. It was always good in pre-season for United. Scored a very good goal for United in pre-season against Liverpool in the US a few years ago. A free kick. I'd describe Pereira as the player that one of those players that gets away. You know when you see a player coming through your youth and you think, oh, they're going to be a superstar. I really remember saying about 5 years ago, we don't need to buy James Rodriguez. We've got Pereira coming through. I really thought Pereira was going to be something really special, but it didn't quite work out. I have got an FPL team, Dean. 3 Arsenal players last night. Jesus, Odegaard and Ben White. And I'm sure they'll get me a lot of points over the season. But, I mean, I saw some people captaining Jesus yesterday. I thought it was a risk. Well done if you had Zinchenko. Never even thought about having Zinchenko. Here we go, Liverpool. Firmino. This should be a goal. Good save by the keeper. He was offside anyway. They have scored now, but there's an offside on the first chance. I think Diaz was offside. It was a good save by the keeper. Liverpool actually did score from the follow-up here, but flag's gone up. Let's make sure he gets it right. Salah into Firmino. Yeah, miles off. Miles off. Robertson. And then Diaz scoring with the follow-up. A good goal by Diaz. Lovely finish by Diaz, but it was a lovely finish. But Robertson was offside in the build-up. Reverse Clouds. Hey, Mark, where did the silhouetted club badges go on the scoreboard? Yeah, we decided to get rid of them. Honest answer. It was getting a bit too cluttered. Like, basically, the silhouetted badges would have come to here. And I was like, I ain't losing weight. I can't get any thinner. So, yeah, it was getting a bit cluttered. But Liverpool on the attack now with Salah. And well cleared away. Liverpool just going up a gear here. Bit of a quiet first 10 minutes, controlling the ball. Now they're getting into the final third. Ominous for Fulham. Really surprised, Elijah, that Schmeichel went to Nice. Don't know what that's all about. For me, he's one of the best goalkeepers in Europe. I don't know why you'd go to the French league. Maybe just likes the idea of living in the south of France. Yeah, no, maybe. I said maybe, not baby. Fulham, they just need to get a second wind here. Had a good start, but Liverpool just using their game management knowledge here. Riding out the first 10 minutes and then starting to bed themselves into the game. Bit of a late tackle there. Referees let it go. But Liverpool with Salah. Strong by Salah. Keeps hold of the ball. Now Henderson. Back into Salah. And Trent kicks it out for a throw. There's a Liverpool player down. Oh, he's going to book him. I don't think this is a yellow card. I think the ref's a twat. I'll have to watch it again. Oh, it is a yellow card. Yeah, it is. He's late on Diaz there. Good call by the ref. Tete gets a yellow card. Oh, when I'm wrong, I'm saying I'm wrong. I was wrong. So right back on a yellow card up against Diaz. That's an opportunity. That is an opportunity for Liverpool to exploit. Although we saw it yesterday with Ben White as well. Didn't necessarily get that exploited. Klopp shaking his head. Cross coming in from Liverpool there. I think I sense a Liverpool goal here. Henderson puts a cross in and it's cleared. A lot going on today. I'm taking notes for all sorts of things. Right, let me come back to the chat. Fulham are doing well, says Logan. A super chat comes in from Nick Warren. Thank you. He says, Kasper Schmeichel never playing for United was a shame. I always saw him signing at some point. Yeah, the stars never collided, really. Is this Liverpool's best team, says Jack? I think it's certainly their best midfield and defence. I don't think it's their best attack. I would argue that Nunez plays through the middle with Salah and probably Diaz, and Firmino drops to the bench. So they're probably not quite ready yet. But look, if you've watched plenty of football, and I know many of you have, the opening few games of the season, it's very difficult to be... Liverpool will be a lot better in a month, but so will City, so will Chelsea. You know, everybody's going to be better. Fulham will be better in a month, but opening games of the season, you just want to get a good start, really. It's a bit of an uncertainty the first few games of the season because you just got to get your fitness levels up, got to get your legs going. Sunshine, Gary Neville, says Prague. Yeah, I'm 100% sure that Ten Hag will stay the entire season. I can't see a reason why. I just can't see a situation where he'd be... I certainly can't see a situation where he'd leave, and I can't see a situation where you'd sack him anyway. I mean, look, of course, if you lose 10 games in a row and you don't score any goals, he's probably going to get the sack. I mean, we saw it with De Boer, didn't we, at Palace? He was just way out of his depth. That can happen, but I don't see that happening. Liverpool just starting to get hold of this game now. Be interesting to see when the stats go round again, what the possession stats are, because Fulham are really struggling to get hold of the ball here. That's not really what Fulham's game is going to be. Pereira trying a clever ball there, but yeah, 68% possession for Liverpool. They've had 150 passes to 65. Still not had a shot on goal legitimately because it was offside, remember, but they're dominating the ball at the moment, Liverpool, and I suppose the encouraging thing for Fulham is that they've not dominated the game yet in relation to chances, but that probably will come soon. As Diaz picks it up on the left-hand side, nice little flick into Robertson. He'll probably cross it first time. No, he doesn't. Takes a touch, cross to the back post. Oh, Salah was coming in. Important header away by the Fulham defender there, because Salah was ready to pounce for what could have been his first goal of the Premier League season. And remember, this is Golden Boot contender, Salah. I went for Haaland, but Salah and Son were the Golden Boot winners last year. Both wide players. United fans will turn on the players before they turn on Ten Hag, says Jack. Yeah, 100%. I think that look, I don't want to talk about United too much, but I think it's a Salah header there just over the bar. I think it's quite a refreshing thing when your club and your fans turn on the players instead of a manager. Some people might disagree, but at United, the fans turned on Moyes, they turned on Van Gaal, they turned on Mourinho, they turned on Ollie. But after that, they turned on the players. And it was almost like a light bulb moment where fans realised that, yeah, the managers have made mistakes and managers always pay with their jobs, but players get let off. And at United at the end of last season, it was the players who quite rightly got the blame. So I think the players are on trial as much as the manager, maybe even more. Would you take Ward-Prowse and Tielemans, says Brandon? Well, I believe both players are better than McTominay and Fred, personally, so I would take one of them. I like a pint of Guinness, Ger, but I don't know whether I'd like a pint of Guinness now. It's not really it's quite sunny here, and I like a Guinness in the autumn and the winter. Glass of wine in the autumn, glass of red in the autumn and the winter. But summer, I'm more of a bottled lager, a gin and tonic, something like that. Anyway, Pereira's got a chance to whip a cross in. So it's a good cross. Got on the end of it. Ooh, shot 2. Polina deflects. Corner. 2 bites of the cherry there. Second one was a good shot. Matic got his body in the way. Blocks it. I would like to see this again. I think Alisson was reacting like it was going to be on target. Let's watch. Polina. Yeah, I think Alisson was... diving bottom corner there, so the ball was obviously a concern. Corner to Fulham. Pereira puts the cross in. Good header, back post. Ooh, Liverpool clear it again. Be a good time to score now for Fulham. Any time would be a good time to score for Fulham. Offside. Mitrovic. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. We've got nearly 15,000 of you watching. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. We're on the road to 722k today. We are going to be covering the 3 o'clock games as well. So if you are keeping an eye on the 3 o'clock games this afternoon for your fancy Premier League, etc., you can tune in. We'll have the scores updating for you, etc. So looking forward to that. AJ says, I think I got banned from Super Chats on United Stand months ago for some reason, but I can make them here. Hope all is well. I don't think you have, AJ. I've had a few people messages about that. I've got no idea. We've spoken to YouTube about it. These accounts are not blocked, but they are not able to... I don't know what it is. 70% possession for Liverpool. I think Klopp will just be hoping that if this continues, they'll get the chance to score the goal and they'll win the game. Simple. Oh, caught in possession there. But Fulham win it again. Be interesting to see how this Paulina does. How old is he? Let's have a look. There's definitely a lot of United fans who were like, let's go and sign him. He's 27. Just turned 27. Last couple of years at Sporting. Would you dance if Pereira scores? I'd have a big smile. Jurgen Klopp's the new Bielsa. Look, he's sat on an ice pack. Maybe he's got piles. Maybe he's soothing those... Musty says Fulham are doing quite well. Yeah, you can see the yellow card for the right back there. It will put the yellow cards and red cards on the screen for you, and it will update as it happens. So happy with that. No yellow cards for Liverpool yet. I think the referee's done quite well so far. Good play by Diaz. Wins a free kick. I do think, would Prime Herrera be good enough to start for a title-winning side? He was good for top 4, but, says Vlad. I don't know. On that one. I do think on the De Jong thing, though, it's quite interesting that there's not really been an A-star journalist come out and give a good update on what's happening yet. Liverpool with a chance to whip a cross into the box this time. Robertson's going to whip it. We're talking about injuries. Of course, Fulham are missing a couple of players as well. Bit of a story coming out of Barcelona there. I don't know how true it is, but apparently that Xavi won't renew his contract if they sign Bernardo Silva. Barcelona, the club that dominates the summer transfer window. Corner for Liverpool here. Trent with it. Headed away. And the keeper will pick it up. Nice ball over the top. Pereira might get there, but the pace of Robertson's good. But Pereira keeps hold of it. He's done well. Needs to put in a good cross. Oh, unlucky. Good defending there by Henderson. Could have been a goal on the break for Fulham. Half an hour gone. If you're the Fulham manager, I think so far you just say, I'll take that. Half an hour 0-0 against Liverpool. Been competitive. Looked a threat on the break. Combative in the midfield and defence. Can't argue with that. Mark, you see that Chelsea apparently offered 70 million for Fofana and Leicester rejected it. Says Liam. They'll go back. They'll go back, Liam. The only way Chelsea are missing out on signings this summer is if someone else gets the player. Rafinha, Koundé, obviously both went to Barcelona. Next Saturday, it's Villa against Everton. Yeah, I'll probably do that. I haven't even looked at next weekend yet. Might have a quick look. So, I'm doing 3 o'clocks today and Man United tomorrow. And that'll be on United Stand. So, that's the next 2 watch-alongs this weekend. I don't think there is any Monday night football. Not 100% sure, but I don't think we've got any Monday night football this week. No, no Friday next week. So Saturday, I'll do Villa Everton at 12:30. I'll probably do the 3 o'clocks again because Arsenal are playing at 3 against Leicester. City are playing against Bournemouth. So I'll probably do the 3 o'clocks next Saturday as well. Man United are playing against Brentford at 5:30, so I'll be doing that. And then on the Sunday, you've got Forest, West Ham, Chelsea, Spurs. So I'll probably do Chelsea, Spurs on the Sunday. And then Liverpool, Palace on the Monday. I'll do that as well. So there you go. No midweek games in the Premier League until we get to the end of the month. Fulham are in the attack. Cross comes in. Oh, he hit it too hard. It was a good cross, but he put too much power on it. Fulham have worked really hard. Just too much power on the cross. Mitrovic is fuming. Yeah, he's not getting a penalty for that. They're pushing hard though, Fulham, aren't they? They're having a go. Good game, I agree with disappointment in the chat. Gerard Romero, Matt Law, says Chris. Look, I'm not disputing that Chelsea are in for him, but I just don't feel it's over yet. I mean, Chelsea. How much have Chelsea made from sales this summer? If you spend 70 on Fofana, you spent 55 on Cucurella. That's 125. 40 Sterling, 175. 40 Koulibaly. What's 200 million you've spent? Can't argue with that. We're going to beat in Norwich at the moment. Come on, play it now. Play it now. He's on. Go. Fulham on the attack again. It's not a bad cross, back post. He scored! What a goal by Mitrovic on the back post. I don't know how he's managed to do it. He's risen like a lift and he's smashed it home with his head like a baseball bat. 4, or whatever they say. Great header. Lovely goal. What a cross. I think it's the fullback. Is it Teti who puts in the cross deep to the back post? It looks unscorable, but Mitrovic doing what he's done a lot in the Championship. Getting in there. Mitrovic, 1-0 to Fulham. Watch this back. Let's play that back. Watch it back. It's a lovely build-up by Fulham, and it's probably what they deserve. I mean, they've been competitive, and the overlap's really good. I think the pass is quite bad, but he does quite well, the right-back. It's a lovely cross. Hint of a foul on the back post, but you know who it is. It's Trent again. He's vulnerable. He's vulnerable. He's vulnerable. Let's have a look. High cross to the back post. It's a good header. I mean, Alisson can't do anything about it as well. I mean, there's a hint of a foul. There is a hint of a foul, the way he gets on his back, but you don't want that to be ruled out. The game's gone. He is on the back of Trent, but he's got the higher ground. He's Obi-Wan against Darth Vader, or at that time, Anakin. He's got the higher ground. He's jumped higher. He's got the momentum. There's got to be a bit of contact. 1-0. There you go. To be fair, I'll be fair to Trent. I don't think he can do a lot there. That is a really, really difficult thing to do. The cross is good. It's like having a standing jump and a running jump. And it's very... I mean, Mitrovic against Trent. If you know anything about Mitrovic and Trent, you know who's going to win that header anyway. But if you watch this goal back, if they show it to us, look at the run. Look at the clever play by Mitrovic on the back post. He's got a good 5 metres on him. To be fair, Trent ain't doing anything about that. He's got a 5-metre run on him. It's brilliant positioning by Mitrovic. I don't think there's a lot you can do in that situation if you're a fullback. Klopp's not happy. "1-0 to Fulham. Game on. Game on." Mitrovic is up and running. Alisson's quick off his line. Well, welcome back to the Premier League, everybody. We all predicted that Liverpool would win this 3 or 4-0. And at the moment, they're losing 1-0. But look at the shots. Look at the stats. They've had way less possession, but 5 shots to 2. Liverpool, for all their possession, and they've had a lot more of the ball, it's not been very proactive possession from Liverpool. They need to do a lot more. And we know they can. I wonder how long before you get Darwin Núñez on. Can't wait for Klopp's half-time interviews, says Jack. Are they doing half-time interviews now, managers? Is that a new thing? Trent whips an early cross in. Headed away. Well, Fulham's job now, get to half-time. Still 1-0 up. Long way to go yet, but Fulham... I mean, if you're Fulham, you'd take a draw. Surely. Please subscribe to the channel, by the way. We're only 30 away now from 722,000. So get involved with That's Football. Everyone's welcome on here. Very interactive, as you can see. You've got all your stats and stuff going on. Big season ahead. Get involved with the community. Subscribe, bottom right hand corner for free. Robertson! Oh, that should have been 1-1. Again, too much power on the cross. Has he done a cross shot? Lovely take from Robertson on the far side. They're queuing up on the back post, but the power of the cross just beats him. It's a lovely switch of the play by Trent. Yeah, he sort of had a cross shot. That's a shot. That's not a cross. If he crosses that, it's 1-1. I think that's what Klopp's saying. This is why the Premier League is so good, says Myron. Any team can give you a fight on their night. Well, I think you've always got a better chance at the start of the season as well. You know, bigger squads are going to become stronger as the season goes on. If you're Fulham, you know, you want to get some points at the start of the season when everyone's fresh. Nunez is warming up, but to be honest, so far it's not really been a game for a striker. They've not created anything. Foul on Robertson. Martin says, how's Polina playing for Fulham? Well, I don't think you can knock Fulham's midfield three at all. They've been they've kept a very good shape. Pereira's contributed to that as well. Fulham's next game. Somebody said who have Fulham got next? Wolves away. And then Brentford at home. So, you know, they're sort of not, they're not season definers, but here's Salah on the break. He's held onto the ball for too long there. Goes to Henderson, into Thiago, into Diaz. What? Oh my God, he can finish. He didn't finish, which I suppose is a contradiction, but he's just smacked the Denver. He scored. He has scored a goal. It was offside, but that was a tremendous hit by Diaz there. I don't know how it didn't go in. What a shot. It wasn't the post. It wasn't the bar. It was the post. A lovely shot. Okay, no, that was a great shot. Yeah, I think Reed and Polina have done a good job for Fulham in the midfield so far. As I said, Fulham's job, get to half-time leading this match. Because Liverpool are going to get a kick up the arse at half-time, and you don't want them to be getting a kick up the arse at 1-1. Didn't expect this from Fulham, says OG. No, I'll be honest, I didn't really research Fulham at all. So, somebody's triple captain Salah. I told you, I've captained Salah, so you can guarantee he's not going to do very well. I've been the jinx in Fantasy Premier League for a year or so now. Didn't do very well last year either. Dave says Fulham are playing it like it's a cup final, which is good. Did you have a good party, Seb? Yeah. Do you have a McDonald's? Yeah. Tired now? Doesn't look happy that he's back from that party. That's the thing when you go to a party, isn't it? You're sad when it's over, especially when it's a party that finishes at 1. Fulham have been brilliant in the air and in the duels, says Akash. And hi Mark, love the show. Do you think Mane will be a big loss? Well, yeah. I think Will Scott's right. I think losing Mane is world class. But I think Diaz is a very, very good player. He could have had 2 goals in this game. So I don't think, Mane's always going to be a loss. But Diaz is a good player, and Nunez offers them something that they've needed for a long time. And teams do have to evolve. Man City could miss Jesus and Sterling. They could. They'll definitely miss Bernardo Silva. So I said this in my Premier League predictions. There is an argument that Liverpool and Man City are weaker this season than they were last year. I still think they'll be the 2 best teams, but there is an argument. Imagine if you're an Arsenal fan right now, you think you're winning the league after 1 game. 4 minutes to go to half time. Robertson with the cross, headed away by Fulham again. Another good cross by Trent, headed away. They have been very good in the air, Fulham, as somebody commented before, but they're still in. There we go again, and away they go. Ben, thanks for the super chat. 3 minutes to go to half time. It's going to be a cracking second half if it stays 1-0 to Fulham, I tell you that. Trent whips across and no. United play tomorrow 2 o'clock against Brighton Beast. Yes. Mario's impressed by the defending. I'm impressed by how many people we've got watching. It just shows you the passion and interest in the Premier League, that this is a 12:30 kickoff between a team that's favourites to go down against one of the teams that are favourites to win the league. And they're putting on a good show here. I mean, look, I always... Look, Man United's my team, and I'm very loyal to Manchester United, as everybody should be loyal to their team. But I'm also very loyal to the Premier League. I think the Premier League is the best league in the world. We can't say we've got the best team in the world, because that's Real Madrid, quite rightly. They won the Champions League, but we've definitely got the best league in the world. And I remember Rangnick coming to United last season, and I think his first couple of games were against teams like Norwich and Palace. And he said, you just don't get this in the Bundesliga. You don't, you play a team from the bottom half and you tend to win quite comfortably. Whereas in the Premier League, you play a team in the bottom half and you might win, but you have to work for it. And this is what makes the league interesting. I watch a lot of the Premier League, as I'm sure many of you do, but I wouldn't watch it if it wasn't interesting. I've got no interest in watching Liverpool turn up to Fulham and win 6-0. So big shout out for Fulham. I mean, opening game of the season though, said this about Palace yesterday, their fitness levels were not the same as Arsenal. You've got to look at that and say why. But I'm hoping that's going to be something about United tomorrow. Ten Hag's put a lot of work into our fitness levels, and it can be an advantage at the start of the season. I think by the end of August, because everybody's played 3 or 4 games, your fitness levels are all going to be the same. But you can catch teams out at the start of the season. And good interception there by Matip. I thought Liverpool looked good in the Community Shield, but they look a bit off the pace here today. Fulham's midfield is better than United's. Well, it is. I said this last year. There's not many midfields in the Premier League that are worse than Fred and McTominay. Now, Fred's a good player. I don't mind Fred as an individual. But as a combination, McTominay and Fred have to be one of the worst midfield pairs in the Premier League last season. I've seen Norwich dominators, Southampton dominators, Wolves dominators. And that's the challenge this year. Can we improve that? Can he improve that midfield? 2 minutes added on. Into the keeper's arms. There's got to be a pub called the Keeper's Arms. Every time, I say this about 50 times a season, into the Keeper's Arms. Always makes me think of a pub. Does somebody know a pub called Keeper's Arms? Come on. Anyway, please do subscribe. Bottom right hand corner, we're very close to 722,000. So bottom right hand corner to subscribe. I'm just going to give this a refresh actually, because it's all... just needs a refresh. Let's get it back up. There we go. I noticed something dropped off. There's a good question for you, bottom right hand corner. Do you think Darwin Núñez will be a success at Liverpool this season? I genuinely do. But you can't be a success from the bench. He's got to start putting him on the team. Pep normally throws his new signings in. What we will see from the game now, though, and it will suit Fulham perfectly, is because they were sort of doing it before they went 1-0 up anyway. You'll see a lot more possession from Liverpool in the final third, and Fulham will look to hit on the break. Here's this goal again. Lovely cross by Tete. And, Trent there, I'm trying to think what he could have done. probably hold his ground a little bit. It's just completely out of ideas. And that's half-time. So it is 1-0 at half-time, and it's 1-0 to Fulham. Who thought we'd be saying that? Fantastic half from Fulham. I just put it on Twitter there. Is it magnificent Fulham, or is it off-the-pace Liverpool? I think it's a combination of the two. But Fulham did set out their stall very early in that half. Very, very early indeed. Hard work, graft, possession, press. And when I say possession, obviously the possession stats there are going to be very, very different. In fact, I'm just going to try and... let me just do that. I don't want to pause that. Let me get that back there. Okay, we'll come back to that in a minute. But yeah, when I say possession, I think clever possession from Fulham. They've not dominated the ball by any means, but what they have done is when they've got the ball, they've really dominated. When I look at Fulham, they're nowhere near as good as Liverpool. I don't understand it. But they've had good structure and possession. It's not always about passing it around the back. I want to see good possession from Liverpool. In the final third, they've been lacking. And Fulham, I mean, Trent, he's got to do better there. Right, let's have a look at these stats. So, let me just go full screen on this so I can actually read them. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Look at that. 28% possession for Fulham. 72% possession for Liverpool. But they've had more shots on goal. And Liverpool haven't had a shot on target. Liverpool have had over double the amount of passes. Their pass accuracy is 82. Fulham's is horrific. 62% possession pass accuracy. You won't see that very often in the Premier League. That is rubbish. 62% possession passing accuracy is crap. But they've made more tackles. And they're winning 1-0. And again, I always think they're very good to look at. Because if I asked you to predict the score off that, I think you could easily say, well, the total shots is a big giveaway, actually. Liverpool haven't scored a goal because they haven't had a shot on target. But if you only saw the possession, the passing accuracy, you'd think, well, Liverpool probably going to be winning that game. But that's what I mean about clever possession from Fulham. Their passing accuracy is not good. Their possession is not good. But they have created quite a lot of chances, and they've just been quick. They've been the definition of a strong counter-attacking team, and I think Fulham have been the prototype of how you play against a Liverpool or a Man City or a team that's going to dominate possession. Because Liverpool have literally dominated possession in that game, and that is astounding. 72% possession, and then Fulham's 62% passing accuracy. It's ridiculous. But you don't get the sense of that in the actual game, because what Fulham have done is they've just been very, I suppose, explosive. And Akash says Fulham looked a lot better than 62% passing accuracy. Yeah, because they've probably given the ball away a lot. That's probably why their passing accuracy is so low. But what they have done in key moments is they've moved the ball very quickly and they've created chances. And it's been a very, very intelligent half from Fulham. Because as I say, you look at that and you think, that looks like it's Liverpool domination, but it's not played out like that at all. So I think Fulham have been a very, very good example of how you play against the top side. You can give up possession, you can have a low passing accuracy, but you can have more shots on goal if you are clever. And one thing they have, and one thing you can't at this time, and I'm sure in a few years people will find a way of measuring it, their intensity has been way better than Liverpool. They've been a lot more energetic, a lot more intense, and their shape has been fantastic as well. And that's something you can't measure as well, because a team could have 90% possession and not score a goal, because Fulham's shape has been really good. They've been very good in the duels, they've been very good in the air, and they've been very good in the 50-50s, and they've maintained their shape. And Liverpool have struggled. They really have. What I would say is that Diaz, he scored a cracking goal. It was offside. He wasn't offside. Robertson had drifted offside, and then the rebounds came to Diaz. A lovely finish, but it was obviously offside from Robertson. And then he had another chance where he hit the post from a ridiculous angle. So, look, I know a lot of Liverpool fans were very impressed with Luis Diaz when they signed him last January. I think he's going to have a big season. His finishing is very, very, very good. And although Liverpool haven't scored yet, there has been a glimpse there of what a very good finisher he is. 1-0 to Fulham is the score. You can correct your eyes. You don't need to go to Specsavers. They've done fantastically well. We need to see a different Liverpool in the second half. I think he's got to get Nunez on. I don't think Firmino's had much of an impression. I'm actually surprised Firmino's still at the club. I thought Firmino was on the list to go this season. So I don't know what the plan is with Firmino. I presume he's going to stay now. I certainly don't think Liverpool can afford to lose him and not replace him. But Ajit says, do you think Liverpool are in trouble? No. You don't win the league and you don't lose the league in August. There's probably going to be a time where Man City drop points. Man City got beat by Spurs on the opening day last year, didn't they? So these things can happen. But I mean, I'd still be very, very surprised. Very, very surprised indeed if Liverpool did come out and lose this game. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting that Fulham have started so well, and it's what we love about the Premier League at the end of the day. Just having a quick look at somebody on Twitter's just said that Liverpool could do with Sadio Mane. I think that's a bit of a lazy analysis, to be honest with you. It's just too lazy to say Liverpool miss Mane, because anybody's going to miss Mane. When Ronaldo left United in 2009, we still won the Premier League the next year. So you're always going to lose these players, and you're going to miss them. But you have to evolve. It's like my mate said, I love my wife, but if she disappeared tomorrow, then I'd miss her for a bit, but I'd soon be down reflex, dancing around trying to find a replacement. You've just got to get on with life. And I said, well, how did she disappear in the first place? Are you planning on this? But yeah, Mane's a big miss. He is a big miss. And but look who's playing in Mane's position. It's Luis Diaz. I think he's a fantastic player. And I think that Liverpool last season needed a number 9. And they've got a number 9. So I think that Liverpool this season could be a better team as a team without Mane, because they might have more structure. Structure? It's about the players, it's about the structure. So they could be in a better position without Mane. I said it last night about Bayern. Lewandowski's arguably the best striker in the world. I think Bayern might be a better team without him, because Mane, they might have a bit more of a fluidity and a bit more pace in their front line. So you can lose a world-class player and be a better team for it, but there's going to be an adjustment period. Polino has looked good, says Ajit. Yeah, as I said, I think that midfield 3 of Fulham has done a good job. Polina, Reed and Pereira have done good. The wide players have worked very hard as well. We are live at 3 o'clock for all the 3 o'clock games, by the way, so we'll be keeping you up to date with all of that. 3 o'clock on That's Football. Get involved. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. We're really close to 722,000, so subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. It's free to do it. Everybody's welcome on That's Football. Got a very, very, very interesting game here. Much better than Palace Arsenal last night. Really good intensity to the game, and Liverpool dominating possession, but Fulham creating more chances and using that limited possession really, really well. And very, very worthy of their 1-0 lead at the moment. And now it's over to Liverpool to see if they can react. I think what we will see in the second half is Fulham will just do the same again. They'll give the ball to Liverpool, they'll keep their shape, and they'll look to explode on the break and hit in moments and give Liverpool the opportunity to dominate the possession. But they've got to do a lot more. Favourite quote about football: it's played on grass, not paper, and anything can happen, says Jack Hammer. Yeah, well, that's right. It is not and never has been played on paper. Diaz has been the most creative player on the pitch. Very unlucky not to score, says Lizard. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I think it's quite lazy to say Liverpool are going to miss Mane, because you're obviously going to miss one of your best players of the last 5 years. But the replacement for Mane on that left-hand side is Diaz, who I think has been the best player for Liverpool in that half. You'd really miss Mane if you didn't have a left winger. You will miss Mane because he's world class, but actually you could end up with a more balanced front 3 with Diaz, Nunez and Salah. The biggest problem for Liverpool in that half is that Salah's been a ghost. He's been non-existent. I think Diaz has been busy, but Salah has just not been able to get in the game. Doesn't look sharp. So yeah, you'd want to. I mean, I've got Salah as my captain, so apologies, fancy Premier League people, because I've probably jinxed it there. Insane says Liverpool will score 4 in the second half. You people judging too fast. Oh yeah, another 45 minutes to go, but a very good, exciting half there. Sancho says my fantasy Premier League team is gone already. Newcastle versus Forest predictions. That's my prediction for a shock of the weekend. Although we're halfway there with this. I think Forest could go to Newcastle and get a result today. So that would be my prediction for shock of the week. But you'd expect Newcastle to win. But I think when you've got people like Jesse Lingard in your team, as much as he's a bit of a prat off the pitch, he's still, I think he could play comfortably for a West Ham or an Everton. So for a team that's going to be in a relegation battle to have a player like that. And one thing about Lingard, I will tell you for free, is that he's a bit like Pirlo. He's naturally fit. Not Pirlo. Pereira. Pre-season Pirlo. Pereira. Pereira and Lingard are naturally fit. They can go on holiday for a month and come back and be as fit as they were a month before. So Lingard is a good player to have at the start of the season. So, and he'll want to prove a point as well. Bayern worked well with no striker yesterday. Looked like Man City, Liverpool in attack, where the players moved places in the front. Says Eric. That's what I mean. I put Bayern as my tip to win the Champions League, and not many people will do that. And the reason I did it is because I think a lot of people will go, they've lost Lewandowski, they're going to fall off. But I actually think they could be a better team without Lewandowski, because Lewandowski is very much a static number 9. He's not going to drop and play as a false 9. He's not going to drift to the wing. He's a goal scorer. And I think without Lewandowski, it allows you to play a different way. So if it works, and Nagelsmann's a very good manager, plus I think they've bought very, very well. You've got De Ligt, Gravenberch. I think Bayern are a decent shout, and I probably wouldn't have predicted Bayern to win the Champions League, but I never would have thought Real Madrid would win it. So I think I'm going to go with Bayern this year. We pay 65 million for Nunez for him to be on the bench when he's the player we need someone tall. You see Trent putting crosses to short players. Well, Nunez will come on in the second half, and if you watch the Community Shield game last week, Nunez had about 3 or 4 chances. So what Liverpool need to do in this game is create some chances. So I would get Nunez on. I'd get Nunez on straight away. He might miss 4 chances, but at least you create 4 chances. So he is a chance magnet. Bit like me, a bit of a babe. I'm a babe. No, I'm not going to say that. Polino to Man United. Well, he's only just signed to Fulham, so that's not going to happen. Mark says that Bayern won 6-1 against Frankfurt yesterday, and Mane had a hand in every goal. Look, there's no doubt that Liverpool are going to miss Mane. Like, there's no doubt about it. And speaking to some Liverpool fans I know, they were like, I'd rather lose Salah than Mane because Mane was more consistent. But I used to go, yeah, but Salah's like golden boot. He said, yeah, but goals ain't just consistency. Mane was always a very consistent performer for us. But I don't know why Mane went to Bayern either. I don't really understand why you would leave the Premier League to go to the Bundesliga. But it's done. It's gone. He's done it. He'll make Bayern Munich a stronger team. I don't know whether it was about the money. I don't know. Maybe someone in the chat will know. Maybe he just fancied a change. It's up to him, isn't it? I mean, at the end of the day, I can't knock it because it's not like he's going to China to make a load of money, is he? He's still going to a very good team. Has said he wanted a new challenge. Ted says it was about the money. But, Leroy Sané did it from Man City. Yeah, but Leroy Sané's German, isn't he? Mane's not German. Although Mane has played in the Bundesliga before, hasn't he? Didn't Mane start out at Leipzig and then went to Southampton, I think? Fofana and Frankie de Jong to Chelsea. Thoughts, Mark? Well, I think you'll get Fofana, Marcus, and you're definitely in for Frankie, so we'll see. Trent is terrible, says Brandon. Yeah, but even on the attack, Trent's put some lovely crosses in again. This is the thing. You've got one of the best attacking right-backs in the world, and then there is a vulnerability defensively from crosses, Salah has been a lot better than Mane recently, says Ajit. No, he was at Salzburg. Sorry, I've got that mixed up. So he hasn't played in the Bundesliga. He played at Salzburg and then went to Southampton. So it was RB Salzburg, not RB Leipzig. There you go. Thank you there for the clarity. A lot of Chelsea fans getting very excited about De Jong. The only thing I would say about De Jong going to Chelsea is, what does that mean for Declan Rice? Because Declan Rice is desperate to join Chelsea. And I think he's of an opinion that he gets to go next summer. Would Chelsea go for Declan Rice next summer? You know what? I actually think they would. I think they'd get De Jong this summer and get Rice next summer. I think that's the ambition of Chelsea. I don't think... I'll say this right now. I don't think if Chelsea get De Jong this summer, they won't get Rice next summer. I think they'll do both. I think that's the ambition of Chelsea. Because I think Kante's going to go, Jorginho's going to go. So you replace them with De Jong and you replace them with Rice. So I don't think Chelsea are here to mess about. They are look, this is what I moan about as a United fan, and this is what the United fans who call me a moaner don't get. Look at what other clubs are doing, and look at what we're doing. We're the 6th best club in England, and everybody above us is buying better, and they're already better. The gap's just going to get bigger, and you're calling me negative. It's bloody obvious what's going to happen. Anyway, the second half is about to kick off. So yeah, I think that Chelsea's plan would be to get De Jong this summer and Rice next summer. That's what ambitious teams do. Referee's just about to start this second half. Come on, ref, get on with it. Oh, he's under the thumb of the TV people, isn't he? Can I start it? Yeah, no. Right, you can start now. Go. There we go. We want to listen to Gary a little bit more. Gary, tell us another great story about you and Phil. No, we've started now. Time is up and running. Hi Mark, would you take Kante at United? Of course, well I would. I mean, I don't think it's a good signing, Mr. Cod, but there's a lot of players I'd take at United at the moment. I'd take Mitrovic at United at the moment. Like, that's how bad our summer's been. Nothing against Mitrovic, but that's not the sort of signing I would want United to make. But at the moment, we are so short. We're going to do something desperate again. Nothing's changed at United. It's the same old rubbish. Promises and failure on major targets, and then desperation at the end of the window. Well, Fulham have won a free kick here, so the momentum with Liverpool has not started off at the start of this half. Chelsea's plan, I think, is De Jong to replace Jorginho and Rice will replace Kante. Yeah, I agree, Jack. I agree. But I was glad somebody asked me about that, because someone mentioned it to me this morning. Well, if Chelsea get De Jong, we can get Rice next summer. I was like, bullshit. Absolute bollocks. Like, they will get both. They will not. They're not owned by the Glazers. The Glazers will say, "We bought you De Jong. You're not having a midfield for a decade. You're not having another midfielder for a decade. We bought you De Jong." But proper clubs build on success. That's what they do. What's your thoughts on Everton this season? I think we'll be talking about Everton and Chelsea on TalkSport at 7:30 tonight on this cool Goldbridge show I've got. So make sure you tune in. We will be streaming it on YouTube as well. But if you're in the car or something, put it on. It's on the radio. And that game will have just finished when I go live. So I think we'll be talking more about Everton and Chelsea then. I think Everton are going to struggle because I just don't think Lampard's the manager I thought he was going to be. I thought at Derby he looked like he's got something special. But Chelsea and Everton, I've not been impressed by him at all. And really, I blame United for keeping Everton up. Because when they beat us at Goodison Park, they were crap. But we were even worse. I always felt guilty for Burnley. I think we basically gifted a crap Everton team 3 points. But they did, look, they stayed up. Thing is, I like Everton, and I like their fans, and I love Goodison Park. It's one of my favourite grounds, but I don't think Lampard's a good fit. And I said it a year ago about Nuno. When Nuno went to Spurs, I was like, that is a terrible appointment. He's crap. They won their first 3 games, and I had people messaging me, Spurs fans, going, sit down about Nuno. 2 months later, they were like, you were right about Nuno. I was like, it's just not a good fit for your club. Nuno was not a good fit. You've just sacked Mourinho, and you couldn't stand the way he played football, and you've gone and got a Wish version. Like, it was never a good fit. But fair play to Levy, because it's very rare that you appoint a new manager and then 2 months later you admit you got it wrong and you sack them. So, look, Everton might be the big shock of the season, though. My team that I've predicted that's going to be the shock of the season is Villa. So we'll see how they do at 3 o'clock. Because if they're going to be a shock team of the season, you've got to go and beat Bournemouth. Nunez and Haaland are overhyped. Jesus is the real deal. So Zane, welcome Zane. You're doing a watch along for the Spurs game? Yes, Charlie, we're doing 3 PM kickoffs, yeah. There's a super chat here I just need to read out. I can't find it. Thiago might be coming off. Bookmark this. Frankie de Jong is not going to Chelsea, says Nabil. Well, I don't think he is either. I mean, you know, you don't need to bookmark it. I've got a bloody t-shirt. Mark, I've watched you for ages. Love your videos, says Harvey. Look, I'm going to out myself here because I did it on United Stand, so I can't hide away from it. I'm hiding. I'm literally hiding away. Here it is. I've got it. Contrary to belief, I would not have worn this t-shirt if I didn't have good information. Frankie goes to Manchester. Now, I can't hide it because I've already done a video wearing it on United Stand. I'm a little bit concerned at the moment, but you know, I've always been told that there is a private arrangement between De Jong's team and United, and that United are very confident that they're going to sign him. So we'll have to wait and see. But double substitution for Liverpool here. Thiago coming off injured. So Harvey Elliott will come on, and Nunez is coming on. Yeah, I think Klopp's right to get Nunez on. You've got to get this sub on early. Thiago injury prone though. Opening day, Thiago off injured. That's the problem with Thiago. You speak to Liverpool fans and they're just so frustrated with Thiago. They love him, but he does get injured a lot. So, Harvey Elliott comes on for Thiago. Speaking about him last week, a lot of Liverpool fans saying he's just average. Darwin Nunez, though, he has to be a success for Liverpool. Yeah, we're in the second half now, Thomas. 1-0. 5 minutes into the second half. Fulham have started the second half the same way. Come on, ref, get your flag up, linesman. Oh, I hate the delay. Do you think Liverpool has a weak squad depth, says Manmit? Well, apparently they've got quite a few injuries at the moment. Kanate, Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Jota. So they've got a few injuries at the moment. But look, there's a World Cup. There's a lot of games to play. We've seen what happens to Liverpool when they do pick up injuries in the season before last. So it can undermine any... I mean, I think you could say the same about Man City as well. I think Man City have, you know, Zinchenko, Sterling, Jesus. That's 3 players gone. And I know they've bought a couple with Calvin Phillips and Haaland, but could be an adjustment period for them. West Ham might fancy their chances tomorrow, you know. Why not? If Frankie is such a specialist player and the only player of his type, what are we going to do in the next 4 transfer windows when we can't do in this one now? And when he goes to Chelsea, says Josh. Liverpool have got a corner here. And it... Oh... Keeper's got it. I was offside anyway. If United don't get Frankie de Jong, they're screwed. If they get Frankie de Jong, they might be screwed anyway, because I'm not a firm believer that one player changes that team around. I mean, you're sort of signposting to everybody you play that Frankie de Jong is the most important player. Just mark him. Put your number 10 on him. Surash says, "Hi Mark, I've been following you from when you had less than 300 subs on 300k subs on United Stand. So happy you'll overtake a certain Arteta Out fan channel sub soon." To Surash, thank you very much, pal. And Frankie is a game changer, says the manager. Look, he'd be a massive improvement for United because our midfield's crap. But my timer is off, actually. You're right. I need to adjust that. Let me stop it. It's losing seconds here. Start it again. There we go. It wasn't wrong when I started it, but it seems to have drifted off a little bit. Harvey Elliott is rubbish, says Harry. Where do you think Sean Dyche will go next? Says Alistair. I don't know. I've got no idea. I don't think he'll be in the Prem. Who do you think will get sacked first? I think... well, you know what, actually, you should always look at the opening fixtures, because I think Palace could end... Oh, here we go. 2v2 for Fulham. Into Pirlo. Oh, he's messed it up. Could have been. Could have been. It really does depend on who you've got in the opening few fixtures. So for Everton, they start off with Chelsea tonight, and it's a home game. So if you lost that, it's a bit of pressure on you, isn't it, that you don't need. And then next weekend they play Villa away, which I think that'll be an interesting game, because I think Villa could win that. And then the week after they play Forest at home. So Mitrovic is all on his own up front here. I don't know whether I'd think about taking Mitrovic off. Lack of pace. Pirlo's got it. Whip it now. Oh, the cross was on miles away. Pereira there's messed that up. First time cross. Fulham had a one-on-one. Yeah, I mean, it's there. It's there for Everton to have a good start to the season. They're at home to Chelsea today. Then they go away to Villa, home to Forest, and away to Brentford. So they could have a good start. But if you lose those games, I think you're out. I think you're out of a job. United made an inquiry for Leroy Sané. Thoughts? We haven't, Mario. I mean, I'd love Sané at United. When he was at City, he was one of the few players that reminded me of sort of Ryan Giggs with the way he balanced off his left foot. Fulham are doing well here. Oh, he's at the foot of the post. He's at the foot of the post. Fulham hit the foot of the post. What a shot. Well, I suppose you could say that's 1-1 because Diaz hit the post in the first half. But it's a delightful shot. Reed gets it wide. A ridiculous sort of hit. I don't know how he manages to do this. Cabano is sort of moving around in the air shot. Thuds the bottom of the post. And that's where we are. 1 minute. I've just got to grab something. I'm still here. Back again. What a game. What a game it's been. We can't not rejoice in this Premier League. And another shot straight at Alisson. Well then, half an hour to go in this game and Fulham still 1-0 up, and still, look at the shots. Liverpool yet to have a shot on target. They can't deal with Fulham at the moment. Oh, there's a Fulham player down injured now. Give me some water. Oh, we're loving this at the moment. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way, while we've got a little bit of a break. Bottom right-hand corner to do it. You're all welcome on That's Football. I think it's going to be a good season. Fabinho's coming off for Milner now. It's all going wrong. Milner on. It's not going to plan for Liverpool at the moment. It's starting to get a bit nervous, Liverpool fans here. This is look, it's not panic stations if you don't beat Fulham on the opening day of the season. There's, opening day of the season's full of... I remember when Arsenal were a good team and they used to get beat every bloody opening day by... I remember Mickey Quinn scoring a fucking hat-trick at Coventry, for Coventry at Highbury, and I think Norwich beat you as well. And we're going back a few years, but it's certainly a kick in the nuts if you don't beat a team like Fulham on the opening day. But they've had way more... Eight attempts to 3 and 2 shots on target to 0. Liverpool need to do a lot more in this game. They'll be stunned here. And of course, the problem is, Fulham, the closer they get to that 90 minutes, the more galvanised they will be. Fulham to win the league, says Arnold. Even as a lifelong United fan, as a Norwegian, it's hard for me not to hope Odegaard and Haaland will do well in the Premier League. Yeah, but I think that's just nice, Stig. I think that's just nice. I think you get that with countries where England, we've got loads and loads and loads of players. But to be honest with you, if Mason Mount was playing in Serie A, I'd really hope he did well there. So there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I'm not doing well in my fantasy Premier League. I've got Mo Salah as captain. So if your captain doesn't score a goal, you need at least one goal to make it worthwhile. But look, fantasy Premier League points can get in the bin. I'd rather Liverpool lost. As a United fan, I'm really not that bothered. But Salah could have an assist. Oh, what a cross it was by Salah. I think it was Nunez. Good save, but that was, it's funny, we were talking about it then. And Salah nearly got an assist. It was lovely play down the right-hand side. And I'd like to see that again, because I don't know whether Nunez... Oh, Pereira. Piss off, Pereira. Stop doing fancy flicks. They had a 3v2 there. Keeper's out. Yeah, I don't know whether Nunez had to go with the flick or he should have just gone for a normal shot. Is this a sitter? Watch Salah. Lovely play between Salah and Trent. Absolutely brilliant. The cross comes in. No, he's got to go with... What's he fucking flicking that for? I'm not even a Liverpool fan, but why is he flicking that? That's just an arrogant finish by Nunez. He should have just hit that in. Fulham making Liverpool look like the newly promoted team here, says Raz. I don't know why he flicks that. I don't know what Liverpool fans think, but you shouldn't be flicking that. You just go that with your right foot, little dink over the keeper. If you flick that, it's always going to stay on the ground, isn't it? That's a little dink with your right foot. Liverpool look flat, says Annie. It's not Leno in goal. No, he's on the bench. Don't know why he's on the bench. I presume it's because the signing was a little bit late in the week. So, got 25 minutes to go. Liverpool are losing 1-0 to Fulham. They should be 1-1. It was a big chance for Nunez. Now Salah's got loads of space as he comes into the box. That's it. Surely it is. And he's flicked that one. And the combination works that time. It was like a replay. Salah to Nunez. And it's 1-1. And I've said this before. This player will not flop at Liverpool when he's going to get that many chances. And the warning was there. The warning was there for Fulham. Literally should have scored a couple of minutes ago. I thought he was a bit arrogant with the flick. To be honest with you, I think he might have flicked this one. Salah's onside. Cross comes in. He flicked it. He did. Well, you know what? I'll give him an applause there. I'm going to give him an applause there because I don't think he should have flicked the first one. He flicked the second one. Look at this. Might be a bit of an OG on that. Oh, I don't think it's his goal. OG. I don't know whether Salah gets any points for that. That's an OG. And if that is an OG, you'd have to say again, why is Nunez trying to flick every bloody cross? Or maybe, I think it's been given to him. He's onside. Cross comes in. Deflects. No, it's not an OG. It's a goal. It's a goal. Well, it's definitely a goal. But I thought it might have flicked off the defender. What am I on about? Who thought we'd be talking about flick finishes? Anyway, 1-1. Still waiting to start. I don't know what they're talking about. Oh, it's a substitution. So 1-1, 25 minutes to go. Big shout out for Fulham. They've made it a really good game, but you'd fancy Liverpool to go and win this now, wouldn't you? It's a 90-minute game, people. It's a 90-minute game. Breaking news. But I said this at half-time. Liverpool at half-time had done nothing. Nunez has come on, and in 15 minutes, he's had 2 big chances. And people think that that's not a coincidence. Like, when he came on in the Community Shield, I think he had 4 chances in the second half. He's been on for 15 minutes, he's had 2 chances. He's a chance magnet. It reminds me of my mate from school, Tom. He used to go out clubbing every Thursday night, student night, when we were like 17, 18. Walk into Ritz's, you know, all bar one, whatever. And even if he was in a bad mood, the girls round him, like a babe magnet. And chances, Nunez is the same, just drawn into chances. Look, people will say, oh, why are you talking so good about a Liverpool player? Because I wanted him to come to United, and so did Ten Hag. I wanted Darwin Nunez at United. I can't pretend he's not going to be a good signing. Same thing happened with Fabinho. I really wanted Fabinho to come to United for 2 years before Liverpool signed him. And I said, I'm not going to just say he's crap just because he's signed for Liverpool, who I don't like. Yes, Liverpool are United's biggest rival, and I don't want them to do well, but I can't pretend. In the modern day, it's very difficult to pretend that you've not said you think this player's really good and then he puts a Liverpool shirt on and you think he's great. I don't know whether Salah gets the assist on that. Nunez is really lucky because he misses the flick. Why? I tell you what I would say if I was Klopp. Stop bloody flicking your chances in because he got a bit lucky there. But it is 1-1. I daren't look at Fantasy Premier League. I think they'll take the points off Salah. No, he's got the points at the moment. Salah's got an assist at the moment. For now. And in the bonus points system, Mitrovic is the best. Salah's second. Darwin is third at the moment. Bonus points, very important in FPL. So at the moment, Mitrovic would get you 3 extra points on top of his goal. Salah would get you 2 extra points, and Darwin Nunez will get you 1. But obviously, there's plenty of time left to go. Milner with the cross. Oh, it was nearly 2-1 there. Diaz. 20 minutes to go. It could be a long 20 minutes for Fulham. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. blown away by how many's tuning in. 25,000 nearly. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Everyone's welcome on That's Football. Please don't forget tonight, whatever you're doing, 7:30 tonight on the TalkSport YouTube channel, but also on TalkSport Radio. I've got my new Saturday night show where I'm going to be talking about all the day's action. We'll also talk a bit about Arsenal, but well, we say we'll talk about Arsenal. Depends on people calling in. We're going to have like a caller of the day as well, where you can win that. So 7:30 till 9 o'clock tonight on TalkSport National Radio. We'll be live on YouTube as well, but you can call in, get involved. We talk about all the day's action. I'm sure this game will feature as well. I'm pretty sure someone will phone in and say Arsenal's going to win the league. I'll look forward to that one as well. So check it out tonight, straight after Everton, Chelsea. But Liverpool are swarming now. Remember, on this stuff, you will see the players substituted coming on as well. You can see the yellow cards. You can see the goal for Mitrovic. Obviously, they brought a player on the wing. I should see Liverpool in a minute. Yeah, Liverpool. So, yeah, Nunez has got a goal next to his name. And as you can see, Milner and Elliott have come on for Thiago and Fabinho. Nunez has come on for Firmino. So that updates automatically. So if you don't want to just listen to me or read the chat while you're watching, you can also get all the statistical updates as well. Penalty! Penalty to Fulham! Oh, Johnny! It's a penalty to Fulham. Van Dijk can't believe it. He can't believe it. You can't take your eye off this game. Liverpool get back in. Penalty to Fulham. Now then. Liverpool aren't happy. Why would you be happy when it's a penalty? But it is a penalty to Fulham. Mitrovic. Oh, it is. It is. That ain't getting overturned. Van Dijk. He knows it as well. He's been sent back to Southampton. In fact, it's so bad he's been sent back to Celtic. That is absolutely send you back time. Oh, it's a stone wall. It's a stone wall penalty. The only chance is if they think he's dived. No, it's a pen. They won't overrule that because the ref's given the pen. Remember the rules on penalties. It's only if it's a clear and obvious error. There might have been an element of dive. I don't think there was, but it won't get overturned because the referee gave the penalty, so they won't overturn it. Penalty to Fulham. I think it's a big call. Van Dijk just gets it wrong. He does. I think there's a hint of a dive, but no, it's a penalty. You've got to give that. You've got to give it. Van Dijk's not happy. It's not getting overturned. Big moment in this game now. Scooby-Doo. It's a bit... I don't know why I'm doing the Scottish. Neither of them are Scottish. It's a Brazilian against Mitrovic. He could be on 2 here. And he scored it! Alisson goes the right way. But Mitrovic makes it 2-1 with the bottom corner. He's got 2 goals. He'll get bonus points for that as well. And Liverpool are losing 2-1 with 18 minutes to go. Can they win this game from this point, Liverpool? Or is a draw their pinnacle? Klopp looks down. He is down. He's demonstrating his mood. 2-1, game on, get in. What a game. This has been a cracker. I hope the 3 o'clocks are like this. We'll be live for those as well. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. But it's 2-0 here. 2-1 here. It's got everything. Welcome to That's Football. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Mitrovic has got 2 goals. You can see on his name there, it says 2 above his name. That means he's got 2 goals. Not 1, 2. Did it the right way. What a game. What an 18 minutes we've got now. This has been much better than Palace against Arsenal, unless you're an Arsenal fan. What a game this has been. You never know, do you? You can't predict it. The thing is, there's not been any luck either. When I look at that game, there's not been any luck. It's a stonewall penalty. I don't know what Van Dijk's doing. He needs to get the Jamie Carragher autobiography on how to defend. Best defender in the world. He's just a Dutch Michael Keane. I'm the best centre-back Liverpool have ever had. I'm talking about positioning. You don't put your foot in there. 2-1. He needs to go and drink some more milk. He'll end up playing for Accrington Stanley. Van Dijk. Van Scheidt. They need me and Sammy back. Happier, hippier. Fulham on the attack again here. 15 minutes to go. Well, I tell you what, it's looking good. It's not looking good for Liverpool. But remember, Darwin Núñez is a chance magnet. I'm sure Liverpool will expect to make a chance or two in the next 5 minutes. Or even the next 15. Yeah, if you've got any Liverpool defenders in your fantasy Premier League team, you're struggling. Please do subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, you're all very welcome on That's Football. Everyone's welcome, as I say. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. New things for the new season. We've got our interactive lineups, which will change with goals and subs. We've got an interactive league table, and obviously the stats, which keep going round as well. I haven't looked at the stats for a while. I'm sure you have as they've gone round, but I'm very intrigued to see how Liverpool have dominated possession, had a much higher pass accuracy, but haven't created that many chances, and Fulham have. I think there was an element of a dive by Mitrovic, but I don't think there was enough of it. I think if the referee hadn't given it and it had gone to VAR, I don't think they would have overruled it. But great question there from Don. He says, how's that a penalty? Well, look, I've been a victim of this as a United fan. I'll tell you how it's a penalty. If the referee gives the penalty, it's got to be absolutely nailed on dive for them to overrule it, because they will never overrule a referee decision unless it's clear and obvious. If he'd have not given that as a penalty and it had gone to VAR, it wouldn't have gone to VAR. They'd have said, it's not a clear and obvious mistake that you haven't given it. So I think you're in the hands of the referee there. I personally thought it was a penalty, by the way. I thought there was enough contact. Núñez shooting from stupid angles there. Mark, do you believe Liverpool's done enough in the market to replace Mane? Says James. I think Liverpool... You know what? If I'm honest, I think Liverpool have done enough to replace Mane, because I think Darwin Núñez and Diaz, and then you've got Jota, Salah. You probably need another striker, another forward. But I think where Liverpool have gone wrong is that they should have gone and bought, and I know it's not easy, but I would have expected them to go and buy a Bellingham or a Barella or maybe even a De Jong, like a midfielder. I think you need another midfielder, because Thiago's gone off injured, Fabinho has gone off, I don't know why, and you're stuck with a midfield three of Harvey Elliott, Henderson and Milner. And that ain't going to be good enough. That isn't. So I think I'm surprised Liverpool haven't bought a midfielder. United in for Fulham's 18 to 50, number 18, 50 million deal, says Sean. Another sub here for Liverpool. Of course, they can make 5. So this is a former Fulham player who's coming on here. Carvalho, is it? Would you give Erik ten Hag 3 complete seasons regardless of success? Is Nelly? Nah, you can't do that. I don't believe in that. I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can just give a manager that amount of time. I'd like to think he'll get 3 years, but you've got to see progression. You've got to see, you've got to see some results in that time. You can't just write 3 years off. It might take 3 years, but you can't just write it off, I don't think. But we're on the verge of something massive here. Absolutely massive. Still time for Liverpool to get something out of this, but I think Liverpool fans will be concerned that they might not be getting 3 points from this game. And, whatever you are, whoever you are, you've got to say that you would expect to be getting 3 points against Fulham this season. Arsenal expect it, so Liverpool will. And you don't want to be playing catch-up against Man City. Sorry, I'm just typing away because I'm just setting up the stream for the 3 o'clock game so that it's set up. I completely forgot about that. What do we got? Liverpool on the attack. They're going to get a corner here. Magnificent. Magnificent game we've been treated to today. Loved it. Headed away. Over the bar. Ooh. Carvalho against his old club. Over the bar. What are you thinking in the chat then? Is there a way back for Liverpool here? Well, there is. Of course there is, but I don't know whether they're going to win it. 10 minutes to get back in the game and win it. They might get a draw. I'm not convinced they'll get a win. There we go. Oh, they've got it. They've got it. And it's Salah. Well, if you've got Salah as a Premier League player and your FPL, I think he's just scored a goal. What are Fulham doing? What are Fulham doing here? Well, how have they got themselves into this position? Trent. They're onside there. It's a lovely ball by Trent. It's Salah. Yeah, they're onside. It feels like it should be off. But they're not. What a game. Well, they have got time to go and win it now. They have got time to go and win it now. I'm repeating myself, but they have. Which way is this going to go? 10 minutes to go. What an advert for the Premier League. But it's not really an advert for Fulham if they don't get something out of it. But you get what you deserve. 10 minutes to go. I mean, I must admit, from a fancy Premier League point of view, that's not bad for me. But I don't want to rub it in. But I have got Salah and he has got a goal and assist. That's what Salah does. Nunez got an assist as well, yeah. Goal and assist for Nunez. Goal and assist for Salah. It's a lovely ball by Trent, though. I mean, that's what it is, isn't it? Defensively, he can cost you a goal. But he'll create you a lot going forward. 8 minutes to go. Let's have a refresh here. So Salah's got me. Hold up. They haven't updated FPL yet. They need to get on with that. Well, they haven't updated it yet. They've still got it down as 2-1. Come on. You're only the Premier League's official bloody... There we go, here we go. No, they haven't. Twats, they haven't updated it yet. We'll go back there later. Draw is still a very good result for Fulham. Don't forget it isn't. But they've got to hold out here. At least 10 minutes left. It'll be at least 3 minutes added time. Salah again. Look at him. Got to be careful, Fulham here. I mean, to be fair to Liverpool, that midfield of Elliott, Henderson and Milner has made a big difference. And I think Fulham have shot themselves in the back a little bit on both goals defensively. But it's Fulham. I mean, it's not bloody Bayern Munich or Man City, is it? You know, these players, a lot of them were playing in the Championship last year. And I think they've played very, very well. I think the first Nunez goal is a little bit fortunate, considering it deflects off the defender onto him. Second goal, they've probably just got themselves in a bit of a mess, and Trent's exploited it. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. We are going to be live for the 3 o'clock games as well. Hopefully we'll get as much drama as we've got going on here as well. Oh, so Steve's still going on about the penalty. Trent didn't get an assist. It was a lovely ball by Trent, but it Salah didn't control it. Then Nunez did, and then Salah tapped it in. So it's a Nunez assist, and it's a goal for Salah. Still haven't updated Fantasy Premier League for me. God, that's slow, isn't it? That is slow. Still says 2-1 on mine. Let me see if I can change the page. No, I've still got 2-1 to Fulham. Weird. I think it's updated for some. Well done. Well, I'm not convinced it's a goal because Fantasy Premier League says Fulham are still winning. So I'm going to go with that and not my eyes. No, obviously it is 2-2, don't worry. Still 5 minutes to go. Look, the great thing about football is if you'd given Fulham a draw at the start of the day, they'd have been ecstatic. And Liverpool would have been disappointed. I think now, Liverpool would still be disappointed, but they'd take it over losing, and Fulham would probably be a bit disappointed themselves. Mitrovic does well, gets up in the air. Nice play. Pereira. I think Pereira's been a bit shit second half, I'm sorry. Nice ball here. This is the thing, he gave the ball away and now they're on the attack. Got to keep the ball away from there. That's a foul. Take the foul. Good play there by the Fulham player. Let's have a quick look if it's updated. Mine's taking ages to update. Why? Oh, no, it has done it now. Salah's got 20 points, 2-2. So I can tell you the bonus point system at the moment. Mitrovic gets 3. Salah gets 2. Darwin Nunez gets 1 at the moment. That could change, but at the moment, Mitrovic has got 3 bonus points. Salah's got 2. And Darwin Nunez has got 1. But that could change. What are you thinking in the chat? Do you fancy a winner? It's got a bit scrappy now. There's still time. Still time. Well, think of it this way. Here's a point for you. I mean, look, we're into the world of hypothetical here, but imagine this. Imagine this, right? Liverpool draw this game. United beat Brighton and Brentford. We've got 6 points. Liverpool beat Palace next week. They've got 4 points. Man United against Liverpool. 6 points for United, 4 points for Liverpool. We beat them. 9 points for us, 4 points for Liverpool. I'm dreaming, but what I'm saying is we could go into that Liverpool game at Old Trafford in a couple of weeks' time ahead of them. Dreams can come true. Substitution happening at the moment. Nothing's going on. Still a minute of normal time. Be interested to see how much they're going to add on. Nunez may be the most luckiest player I've ever seen, says Lay. Well, look, I know Nunez is going to be a player that some people want to fail, but I'm telling you now, I'd love to have him at United. All right, he's a little bit unorthodox at times, but his positioning is really good because he just attracts chances. Look, he's had 2 chances in this game. Knowing United will probably draw tomorrow, says Mikael Roach. Yeah, we're into the 90th minute now. Robertson's just taken a throw in his own half, so we're just waiting to see how long the referee's going to add on. Probably about 4 or 5 minutes, I think. Five minutes added on, so there's time. Liverpool need to show a bit of urgency here, passing it around the back. Dreams can come true. Some notes that. Well, that's a minute gone with Liverpool just passing it around the back 4. Really, you know, you got to push on a little bit here. Good header. Fulham battling well here. Liverpool just not able to get any momentum going at the moment. Going for a quick throw in by Trent. Salah. No, that's cleared away. Now Mitrovic. Oh no, that's gone for a throw in as well. Fulham deserved the win, says Barry. Klopp the flop. I wouldn't read too much into an opening day draw at Fulham. I've seen a lot worse. That's if it does end up being a draw. But Liverpool just really haven't been able to get their momentum going in this last, since equalising. I really thought they'd lay siege to Fulham's goal, and they haven't been able to do it. Maybe tiredness setting in. But we've had over half of the added time now. We're just about to hit the 93rd minute, and the ball's way down in Liverpool's half again. Oh, Salah's got it on the right. Good tackle, good tackle. A bit of a push there from Nunez. Still a couple of minutes to go, but Liverpool are going to have to really rocket this now. They have to get moving. Fulham are going to make another sub. I'd be very happy if I was Fulham with this. Liverpool ultimately will be disappointed. That elation of that equaliser, I think they would have expected to push on and do a little bit more. And as I said, oh, he's at the bar. Why do I talk? Henderson hits the bar. I would have been sat down like a complete and utter idiot then. He's hit the bar. Well, well, well. Lovely whip by Henderson on the edge of the box. Beats the keeper, all ends up, and then smacks against the Denver. Liverpool pushing again here with Trent. Cross, no, he refuses the cross. He probably should have gone for it. And then he's played a bad ball as well. That might be it. That might be it. The ball goes out. I think that's going to be it. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. We're going to be back live again at 3 o'clock for all the 3 o'clock games. So make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. But we've had a cracking game here. Referee's ready to put his mouth in his whistle. His whistle in his mouth even. That will be it. The keeper's got it for Fulham. 5 minutes added time. He's not blown yet. He wants to carry on. Liverpool dropping points at Fulham. I think if it was March, you would say that. So why can't you say it here? But opening day away from home can be difficult. That's why it's a good result for Arsenal last night. Liverpool would not be expecting to draw at Fulham. There'll be panics. There'll be people overreacting. They miss Mane. We miss Mane. I don't think you miss Mane. I think your team just wasn't really up for it today. I don't think to be honest, I think the defence let you down today. Both goals are preventable for Liverpool, and conceding 2 goals will be the thing that annoys Klopp. And there it is, 2-2 to Fulham. And I don't think Liverpool can have any complaints. 95-minute game, 5 minutes of extra time added on. Drawed 2-2. I think Fulham get the result they deserve. Some might have even said they fancy a win. There's the stats on the screen. 67% possession. Liverpool slightly more shots. Way more passes, more than double. Yeah, I don't think Liverpool did enough with that possession. I think Fulham have got every right to be very pleased with that result. So well done to them. And look, thoroughly enjoyed it. So make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. We're going to be back at 3 o'clock. It's going to be busy at 3 o'clock. It's got lots of games to keep an eye on. So tune in for that if you're going to be around. I'll push you over to that stream anyway, so you can hang around there or know where it is, but it's on the homepage already. I'll see you again at 3. Thanks for watching.